How are we doing, everyone? My name is Thibault. I'm a senior creative media production student here at Westminster College. So my capstone is based on social media content creation. So I chose to work with the Nova Destinations client. They're a local chain of bar, restaurant, and they're based around New Wilmington and then some expanding locations. So let's start off by what is Nova Destinations. So Nova Destinations, like I said, it's a chain of bars. They're all very unique from each other. It was started by Walt Novosel and Jonathan Wright, who I've been working with all summer. So I started there early May. Jonathan asked me to come aboard because he was starting a new business called The Block, and he needed someone to run social media for it. He was doing it, all of it himself for all of his businesses, which was a lot of work. So he wanted someone that could really just focus in, and I was that guy. So let's go through some of the other businesses that are owned by Jonathan. So first we have the Fractured Grape. So that's right down the road there, about a minute. So there's Pulse Coffee, and there's also a bar in the back there. We have Knock and Noggin Cidery and Winery, so that's located in Valant, PA. So that's kind of the cider and wine main house. They have all their products there. They also sell some like spices and seasonings there. And we have the Property by Nova Destinations. So this one is kind of a accumulation of all of their businesses. So this one has Brew 32, which is a draft house. They have a winery, seltzery, cidery. So they have kind of everything that Nova Destinations offered in one place. So the focus of my capstone is the block. So this was my main task. I was tasked with running the Facebook for these guys. And for my capstone, I actually ended up producing a commercial that will be shown here today, and it will hopefully be aired on TV as well as broadcasted on social media. So the block is a very unique dining experience. It's kind of like an around the world, pick your own adventure kind of place. So there's a bunch of options you can do as soon as you come in. You have the Blooded Bloke. So that's the Irish pub. So they have like the TVs up here. They have obviously beer on tap, and a full list of Irish mixed drinks and a menu of Irish food. If that's not what you like, there's the newly opened Emerald Seahorse. So that is located right up front. In the summer, they have open air, so they'll take out the windows and it'll be completely open air. So that's a really nice experience. Obviously, they have the tiki drinks, tiki food there. So yeah. And finally, we have the Lost and Found. So this is kind of the speakeasy. So it's not really shown too much when you walk in, but you can ask to come check it out, or if you want to make a reservation here, they do that a lot. So you just reserve a time, and then you can have your whole party go down there. It's really cool. You walk in through the Lost and Found closet and see you. So yeah. So let's get into my role. So my two big tasks when I first met with Jonathan were stock photography for all of his businesses. So every product that he had, he sells, he wanted a picture of it because he needed them for his social media for all the other ones. So by now I have a pretty full list of almost all of his products at all the other places. And then as well as running and improving the Facebook for the block. So that was kind of my main goal. He really wanted me to do that, required the most work. And then he also wanted me to start an Instagram for the block because there was not one already. So that was a really unique experience, learning how to start that. So I set myself 3 goals when I started. I said I wanted to improve photography because that was creative media production major, and that's what I do. So that was my first step, just get better pictures and whatnot. And from there, I wanted to review the analytics, see what was working, what wasn't working, and from there, expand the follower base and get more people into the block. So let's take a look at analytics first. So Analytics are the lifeblood of social media. If you're running a social media account and you're not looking at analytics, you're not going to see any improvement. You need to know what's working and what isn't working. So a good method of tracking that is called reach. So what reach is, it's a metric that represents how many unique people have saw an individual post or your account throughout a certain period of time. So if an Instagram post has a reach of 7,000, that means 7,000 people, unique people, have seen that post. So it provides a really good way for businesses to kind of see how well they're doing. It's just a basic stat of how your social media is doing, how it's improving and whatnot. So let's take a look at my reach for the blog. So for Facebook, we have some pretty good numbers here. So as I said, I started maybe late April, May. So as we had some really good spikes when I first started. I think people just noticed the change, and it helped out with the algorithm to get the content out there more. So as you can see, I have some pictures. These are some early ones. So yeah, these really helped. And yeah, so we are at a reach of 120,000 for this year. So that's up a lot from last year. So safe to say we're pretty successful in that department. So Instagram was a complete different animal. There wasn't an Instagram to start with. You know, there was a follower base when I started at the block, a pretty large one. So I already had people that were viewing the content, and it was easy to work with. But Instagram, it was a little bit harder to get that off the ground. So we ended up doing pretty good here. There's been some steady growth, but we want to get that up. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, it'd help a lot. But yeah, so here are examples of some Instagram posts. I usually just take them over from Facebook and change up the caption, the format, and whatnot. But yeah. So growth. So this year we have 1,600 unique new likes on Facebook. So that's new users coming on and checking out our content. So one thing we did to get this up is giveaways. So we did 3 giveaways, as you see the graphic made by me here. So you enter to win a $25 gift card, like, comment, and tag a friend. So that promotes new people coming in, through the tags and stuff. So yeah, so we had some pretty good numbers here for the growth. It's a big spike in May, but it's kind of swindled down since then. But we're working on getting that up. So my favorite part of this, the photography. So when I first looked at the Instagram and the Facebook for the blog, it looked very bland. It didn't look professionally done, because Jonathan was, he's a very busy man, and he was taking just an hour a week to do, all the photography and making all the posts. So it wasn't at the standard that it needed to be. So my first goal was getting that up. So one thing I noticed at first is it was kind of dreary. The pictures, they didn't have enough color for how much color that is actually in these drinks and the food. So I really wanted to make the colors pop, so it really appealed to people. So the first drink that I wanted to highlight here is the Blood in the Water, available at the Tiki Bar. So I love the deep red in this, contrasting with the white sugar cube there. This is one of our most popular pictures on Facebook, so this is really good here. The Harry Potter trail, this was at Nova Destinations. So as you can see, this is one of the most colorful days with all the Harry Potter themed items and whatnot. So we have the blueberry drink there, the apple. So I love how the red straw really pops. So with the apple drink there. So this one really did well on Facebook for Nova Destinations. Next we have the deep blue. So this is another one of my favorite pictures. You can see you have that real deep blue coming into the gradient up on the top there. And then you have the lime, as you can see with the color swatch, that really just makes the drink pop, catches your eye. So the goal is when you're scrolling and you see, you this, and that. Oh wow, that looks like a really good drink. I want to go there, So yeah. As well as the Sunset Sangria, another one of our most colorful ones. They have LED light cubes in them, So yeah, so with color, that was my biggest thing, and I felt I did a really good job on that, kind of displaying that. So the next thing is lighting and aperture. So if you're not familiar with what aperture is, it's kind of, if you have the portrait mode on the cameras on the iPhones, it kind of makes something closer to you a lot more clear, and then makes the background blurred out. It makes it look really professional, well done. So yeah, let's take a look at some of these. So this is the Bengal and Basil Lemonade, one of my favorite pictures. You got the blurred background there, and as you can see, it just really looks well done. And the drink is not this bright, and that's where the lighting comes into play. I have two little LED lights that I would use to kind of set up different lighting schemes and just make it look like this. So it does that nice, really gradient, really light on the top, dark on the bottom, makes it look a lot more intelligent. The Gin Goddess, so this one really showed off the aperture. As you can see, you can really see those fine details of the elderflower there. So that's one of the most popular drinks, the tiki bar. And then as you can see, you have that gradient in the background, and that's done by the lighting. It's not that bright in real life, but the goal is to get people into the bar. The Painkiller, another one of my favorite pictures. Got the ice cube really highlighted there with all the cinnamon on top. So this one looks really well done. It's got the, you can see the background, but it's all blurred out, and it kind of makes you take a second look at it and just look at it more and maybe engage with the post more. So here's the implementation into Facebook. As you can see, the Gin Goddess over there. So yeah. These are some of the Facebook posts I did. These ones did particularly well. We have some food over there. That's the Reuben burger. But yeah. So onto the commercial. So the main goal of this was to kind of, it started out with just maybe showcasing some of the items, but it's grown into maybe showing it on TV, using it for the blog. So yeah, let's take a look. So yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed that. So for all in all from this experience, I learned a lot. It was kind of my first, working with a real world scenario. So I learned the importance of brand identity. That's the most important thing I learned. So you really need to focus on what differentiates your client from the rest of the competition. So the block is a very unique place. It's not you're just run-of-the-mill restaurant. It has a lot of unique features, and then they're always doing shows and stuff like that. So I really wanted to highlight that in the social media posts. And yeah, so creating engaging content. So that goes into the photography aspect of this. So things that are going to catch people's eye. You don't want your post to kind of blend in with everyone else's. You kind of want to stand out. So that was one of my biggest goals. And the most important thing when taking the photography is lighting. Without lighting, your picture's gonna come out flat. They're not gonna look good, and you're not gonna see any results on your social media. So I experimented with a lot of lighting setups, features. I would just take a drink and I would sit there for 10-15 minutes and just take a bunch of pictures and use different lighting setups and whatnot. But yeah, so here's 2 QR codes if you guys want to give us a follow. If you just want to pull out your phone, camera app, and then it'll take you right to the Facebook and the Instagram for the blog. We could really use your support, and hopefully we see you guys in there. So any pressing questions will be taken now, but like Candace said, we'll be doing a larger Q&A at the end.